In our last video, we looked at what acceptance criteria is and how it's different from the definition of done. It's only natural we now delve into the definition of done within project management and see how to use it for your advantage. Hi, I'm Biro, co-founder at Jexo, where we make work management effortless, fun, and accessible to everyone through educational tools and awesome products. In this YouTube series, we talk about popular project management concepts, what they mean, and how, when, and why you should use them in your projects. A lot of people seem confused over what the definition of done term really means and how they can apply it to their own projects. If you're one of those people, or if simply you're here to learn more about project management, stick around because this video is for you. I also got my project management festive shirt for you today, so I really hope you enjoyed the video. The definition of done is a term we use in project management to refer to the criteria which must be met for a project to be considered finished. Simple. In other words, it's a checklist of requirements to be completed before a project is officially done. The list includes things like finishing a task, meeting all deadlines, and ensuring all stakeholders are happy with results. To give you an example, say you're running a marathon. Once you've crossed the finish line, you might consider the task done. You even use distance as a metric to determine the exact location of your finish point, say 37 kilometers. But if you're an avid runner with high goals, you might want to include additional criteria such as completing the run in under 3 hours or finishing in top 3. In this case, even if you complete the race but fail to meet the other criteria, you will likely keep running marathons until you do. And once you've met all 3 criteria, you move on to the next challenge. Similarly, every project has a goal. And once that is set, it helps guide everything a team does towards the finish line. To ensure your project team knows exactly what to work towards, it's important you use KPIs or criteria against which you can measure the successful completion or not of your project. Simply setting or communicating the project goals and KPIs will not be enough though, which is why we use definition of done. DoD for short allows a project manager, product manager, scrum master, and really any other project leader to create a clear understanding across the team of what criteria needs to be met for a project to be considered complete. Actually, it's a checklist to mark off as the team progresses. Simple. Definition of done is important because it makes sure projects are completed successfully and on time. It also helps avoid confusion and misunderstanding as to the requirements for completing the project. By having a clear and concise definition of done, everyone involved knows exactly what's required and expected of them in order to finish the project. You can use the definition of done as guidelines to help manage projects more effectively. It helps track progress and ensures all tasks are completed on time. You can also use it as a tool to help evaluate the overall success of your project, such as in the case where, say, you fail to meet some of the criteria in your definition of done. It helps manage expectations by setting a clear standard for what is finished and ready to be used. It also helps avoid scope creep by clearly defining what is and isn't included in the project, leaving no room for speculation. Definition of done ensures all tasks are completed by helping track progress and identifying potential roadblocks or delays. So creating your own definition of done is a great way to ensure your project is on track. To make your own definition of done, start by figuring out what's important to you and your team. What are the critical steps in your project? What needs to be done for your project to be considered finished? Once you understand your project well, you can create a list of criteria that needs to be met for the project to be considered done. Your DoD can be as straightforward or complex as you want it to be, but it's essential to make sure everyone in the team is on board. A clear, agreed upon definition of done will help ensure that your projects are completed on time and within budget. So when creating your definition of done, you will want to consider the following. It should be achievable and realistic. It should constantly be reviewed and updated as per needed, and every member on your team should be aware of it. You also want to consider which software and communication tools work best for you. That can include Gantt charts for tracking tasks and deadlines, task lists for organizing and prioritizing tasks, even things like calendars for scheduling meetings and events, chat programs for communicating with the team members, and of course, project management software for tracking progress and managing resources. A company might be using software like Trello or Jira to track tasks and deadlines related to your definition of done. This can get tricky. Nonetheless, you can make it happen by doing a couple of things right. First of all, make sure that everyone knows what the definition of done means and what is expected of them. Second, get everyone on board with the same goal, delivering high quality work that meets the agreed upon standards. And finally, hold everyone accountable to those standards by periodically checking their progress and ensuring that they meet the definition of done. So to recap, the definition of done is a set of requirements that must be met for a project to be considered finished. Simple. The benefits of using it are many, such as managing expectations, preventing confusion, avoiding scope creep, and ensuring all tasks are completed on time and on budget. You can create your own DoD by first understanding what's important for you and your team. Then, by making a list of criteria that needs to be met for your project to be considered done. When creating your own definition of done, remember to consider which software or communication tool you'll be using for your project. I hope you enjoy our video on the definition of done. I hope you found it helpful and informative. Thanks again for watching. Please leave a comment below because I read all of them and I'll respond. And make sure to check out all the other project management videos we have here on our channel. See you in the next one.